Welcome to The Explainer. You know that feeling when you're just totally lost in the crowded, confusing world of risk technology? Yeah, you're not alone. Today, we're going to break down a really powerful tool that's designed to be a clear, simple map to navigate all that chaos. So here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about the problem, why this market is so tough to figure out. Then we'll introduce this new framework that brings a ton of clarity. We'll walk through how it all works step by step, and then the best part, I'll show you how you can use it to build your own strategy. All right, let's just dive right in. The first thing we have to do is just admit it. Being a risk leader today means dealing with a jungle of vendor claims and features that all kind of sound the same. It's overwhelming, right? And this really gets to the heart of the problem. We often get caught up judging technology by its shiny, surface-level features. It's kind of like judging a car by its paint job instead of what's under the hood. This confusion is what the source material calls risk dysfunction. It's that frustrating state where you've got a garage full of tools that don't really work together, and you're always just reacting to problems. So, how do we get out of that mess? What if there was a map for all this complexity? Well, that's exactly what we're looking at next. This is a framework that promises to build a much clearer picture of the entire landscape. And here it is, the IRM Navigator Curve. Just looking at it, you can see it's a visual roadmap. It literally plots out how organizations can progress on their risk management journey, taking you from that chaotic, fragmented state on the bottom left all the way up to a place of real control and agency on the top right. Okay, so here's the crucial thing to get. This isn't just about buying more tech, not at all. It's a framework that shows how your investments and your actual capabilities have to evolve together. It directly connects what you spend to how mature your organization actually becomes. Now, to really use this map, you've got to understand the path it's laying out for you. And that journey is defined by 5 key stages of maturity that pretty much every organization goes through. So it all starts at that foundational stage. Think of this as just the basics: keeping the lights on, being reactive, doing compliance. From there, you mature. You get to coordinated reporting, and then to a really important stage where risk is actually embedded in your day-to-day business. The ultimate goal is to get to the extended and then the autonomous stage, where you have these intelligent, proactive systems that can even be self-healing. And this journey is a total transformation for the organization. You're literally moving away from that state of risk dysfunction, where you're always playing catch-up, to a state of risk agency, where your people and your technology are working together seamlessly to get ahead of risk. Now, this is what I think is really cool: the engine that actually powers this journey. Moving up that curve doesn't happen by accident. It's driven by making really smart, intentional shifts in where you invest your money across 4 key areas. You start with the fundamentals in GRC, that's governance, risk, and compliance. Then you move into ERM, enterprise risk management. Then ORM for operational. And finally, you get to the top with TRM, or technology risk management. Okay, so we've got the map, we understand the path. Now for the really practical part. How can you use this right now to cut through all that marketing noise from vendors? And believe it or not, this framework lets you do just that. You can figure out where any vendor really fits on this curve. And you can do it by asking just 3 simple, laser-focused questions. Question 1. What's the main domain this thing helps you get better at next? Is it GRC, ERM, ORM, or TRM? Question 2, does it actually unify your risk information, or is it just another silo? And question 3, does it genuinely reduce the amount of work your team has to do, or does it just help you document the work you're already doing? These 3 questions get right to the core of the curve. And what's brilliant is how the answers instantly give you a placement. So, for example, you're looking at a GRC tool, it keeps data in a silo, and it's mostly for documentation. Boom. That's squarely in the foundational stage. But what about a TRM platform that integrates everything and automates validation? Well, now you're looking at the autonomous stage. All of a sudden, the guesswork is gone. So once you start placing vendors on this curve, you can finally move beyond just comparing feature lists. You can start building a real strategic technology roadmap that's actually based on real-world progression. And ultimately, the curve helps you answer what is probably the single most important question you can ask about any new tech investment. Is this thing actually going to move us forward on our journey, or is it just going to keep us stuck right where we are? And for anyone who wants to really put this into practice, You should know this isn't just a theory. The team at Wheelhouse Advisors uses this exact curve in their super in-depth research. Their vendor compass reports analyze all the big market segments and top vendors. We're talking Risk Connect, ServiceNow, OneTrust, Archer, even consultants like KPMG and EY. They also publish these cool Sonar reports that profile emerging vendors who are leading the way in AI and autonomous IRM. Honestly, if you're a risk leader making a big tech decision, this research is an absolute must-read. So, you see, the framework isn't just powerful for judging vendors. It's also about looking in the mirror. It gives you the power to honestly assess where your own organization is today, and maybe more importantly, to clearly chart your path forward. It makes you ask that critical question. Okay, where are we right now, and what's the single most important move we need to make next? If you want to explore those vendor compass and Sonar reports and really go deep on this whole framework, you can find all of the research and the full reports over at wheelhouseadvisors.com.